Jordan's subjective.
Jordan's subjective.
Jordan's subjective.
Jordan's subjective perspective.
Alright, we're live here with Jordan's Subjective Perspective. My guest today is Jordan Fischer.
Hey, how you doing?
And, yeah.
I think I'm supposed to be sitting over there, though.
Oh, yeah.
This is episode 100. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah. I don't know why I took your chair.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, things are really out of whack for this episode. I don't know what's going on.
What the hell's going on?
It's been more preparation time.
Yeah.
Is this? It is the right chair. Okay, cool.
Is that your chair?
Is this my? Is this my
your
chair? Let me. I'm gonna try it out, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
We could switch.
Levitate.
We're gonna switch. Same spots, but switch chairs.
I'm down for
Okay,
that. Yeah.
This is.
So I like the high back.
We got the
it's better for my posture.
Yeah, I'm a cushion guy.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Absolutely. All right,
comfortable is important.
Awesome.
Oh, same spots, different chairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha! I love it. I love it. 100 podcasts. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah! Oh my good. Congratulations. Woo! And who are our sponsors today, Jordan Fischer?
We got Burnetts Pineapple exclusively. We got Highland or Hilland.
Halan.
We're cultured.
Don't
We are.
butcher it.
We're cultured.
Yeah, absolutely. Halan orange juice.
Kind of sounds like a cute Guatemalan girl.
Halan.
Yeah.
You know what would be crazy with these two? Like, if you, like, combined them. You know what I'm saying? Like, threw them in the same cup. Like, I feel like that would taste really good.
Oh, really?
You think so?
That'd be wild.
We should try that. Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Live on the pod?
There's no way. Is this like a universal thing? Do people know about this? I don't know if they do.
This mix? You know what we should call it?
What?
A screwdriver.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It adds up in my head, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's no reasoning behind it.
Yeah, screwdriver. I mean, it just works.
It flows.
Absolutely.
And there we go. We'll pour that in that cup, and there you are.
All right.
It's a clean handoff.
I'm already gonna fold it. For the pod.
For the pod.
Burnetts, best bang for the buck.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's what the guy told me at the like checkout counter. He's like, "Oh, throwing it back to freshman year."
Was he insulting you in saying that?
I guess so. I don't know.
You just like laughed.
Or
Like,
he's implying you have a fake, maybe?
Yeah, really.
You
He's
wouldn't.
trying to get
21
something out of me.
wouldn't buy this.
a few different routes, yeah.
Who are you buying this for? You buying this for a minor?
Yeah.
Yes, I
I'm
am.
buying it for a minor, absolutely. You're right, for sure.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that because I didn't want to answer that way.
He's probably going to see this pod and know you're just complete baloney. So.
Exactly. Well, I've been
It
promoting
is
on
for a
campus.
minor. Yeah. We condone underage drinking.
Yeah, like we support
stance.
it.
Firm stance.
We push it actually.
Yeah.
Change the drinking age question.
We actually spend our Friday nights at local high schools and just
Pretty
go to
much
football games.
Supplying, absolutely.
Yeah.
Trying to get the movement alive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Get the word out.
Trying to create some bad habits at a younger age.
Yeah, you know, life lessons come on early a little bit. Absolutely.
See, our philosophy is we get them wild in high school so they calm out around college, they calm down, and then they start reading books.
It's for them. We felt like this is all for them. We want to help them out.
Otherwise, naturally, usually they have the wild phase in college if they don't have it in high school.
Exactly.
And it gets a lot crazier.
And then they never get to
Absolutely.
reading because they start working right after college.
Yeah, there's
True.
Where are the books at? Absolutely.
Yes, where are the books? That's my question.
Yeah.
That's what we should go back to Price Cutter, ask the guy at the counter, where are the books?
Where are the books?
And then he'll be like, that reminds me of freshman year.
Freshman year of college, after my wild days, started simmering down and started cracking open the books. Yeah. That's fair.
Simmer down. I love that expression.
Simmer down.
I had a friend in high school that would always be like whenever you just
Simmer.
get like loud or like too out there, he'd just be like, simmer down.
Simmer down.
He's the voice of reason.
Simmer down usually catches attention for sure. Absolutely. It's like, okay, he's using words like simmer. I better
I better
take
call
attention.
it. Yeah.
Better take attention and then simmer down.
Absolutely.
Simmer down, Sergeant. Well, Joe, you're going to China. Do you want to talk about your Chinese adventure?
Caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about it like at all.
Yeah, at all. Like we were saving this conversation for the camera, so this works well.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys covered this topic on a different pod, so cool.
No,
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Different pod or like I guess we kind of talked about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
He wrote a paper on Hong Kong the other day.
Yeah, I'll regurgitate some information for you guys.
Okay.
All right, so
Can we get bullet point formatting?
we can
Preferably. Thank you.
Okay.
If you can make it a little more scheduled
Yeah.
and a little more formatted,
Well,
that'd be
I was gonna use the TV, and then it broke.
great. He had a PowerPoint and everything ready. Jordan over here
Jordan wasn't
just-
having it.
Yeah. I wasn't about the TV for some
It's like,
reason.
you know what? Joe's gonna wing this one.
Good luck, faggot.
So when do you go?
It's January 3rd through 12th. It's, I think, leaving from Springfield. We still have to figure it out. Then we're going to... It's weird. I think we're going to Hong Kong first, and then the round trip from Hong Kong to Singapore and back is like somehow makes it cheaper. So we're going to Hong Kong originally, then Singapore, then back to Hong Kong, and then back to the States. Yeah.
Interesting.
And some weird stuff I found out about him. Hong Kong is, it's technically like, it's not part of like, so first off, China is called socialist or communist or whatever, but like it's not really. Like it's very like, you know, economic and like prospering or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
yeah,
it's just doing super well right now.
big
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
But Hong Kong's like separate from it, where like they don't even follow they don't follow a lot of the communist stuff. Like they got the country or the city handed back to them. I feel like a fucking history lesson now. But anyway, I'll
Snoozeville.
yeah. I'll try and keep it.
Hey, drunk history.
Yeah.
Drunk history.
I'll try and abbreviate. So basically, they lost a war and got their country loaned to Britain until 1998. Then they got it back, and because it was doing so well, they didn't want to just throw them straight into like socialist like stuff or communist. I don't even know. I think it's communist.
Yeah.
And so they agreed where they keep some democracy stuff. They vote for some leaders, and then they also keep like capitalism going there. And the Chinese government said
What time is this around?
1998.
Oh, wow.
They just got it back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the agreement was they're supposed to stay on like capitalism and for like 50 years and like start easing back into communism. And then, but Hong Kong, like they're like, no, we want to stay on this. Like we're doing well. We want to vote for our leaders. And mainland China said that they could. They said that they could vote for their leaders in the 2017 and 2020 elections, and they said this in 2007. And then in 2012, they said we're not going to let you do that, but like we'll consider for the future. So they're like not letting them vote for shit. And then also, apparently, I figured this out in the middle of a meeting from people from China.
So they're just eliminating democracy in a place that already had a democratic rule?
Yeah, because like they got their land back, so they're trying to push their communist stuff. And their leader got elected, and then once he got elected, he changed the rules, so he stayed in power till he dies.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of power for a long time. I don't know.
So China, yeah, I didn't know any of this about China.
How much English is spoken in Hong Kong specifically? If it was under British rule.
I think like I'll be able to get away with English enough. Like I don't think it'll be a big problem.
Where are you at with like? Are you like trying to learn the language and stuff, and or like
No.
just full on winging it?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going with 3 people from China, so if I need to say something, I'm sure they can help me out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is, I'm sure they don't appreciate me being completely dependent on them, but it's the way it's gonna be.
Translator! Translator!
Hey, you over here. I don't know what this guy's saying. I'm trying to buy this, and I have no idea. You got to come over here.
I just want some sushi!
How the hell do I get some sushi around here? Come on. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Be the stereotypical loud, obnoxious.
Yeah.
American. Yeah, absolutely.
Sushi.
Sushi. How hard is this? Come on. It's that right there. I just want to hear.
Yeah, and then I don't know too much about Singapore either, to be honest, so just kind of winging it.
Hey, man. It'll be an experience,
Yeah,
dude. I'm sure
it'll
it'll
be
be
fun.
great either way, for sure.
Yeah.
So there's like a group of like, didn't you say like 6 or 7?
I think it's 3 girls who are from China, but it's weird. They still have to get visas and stuff to go to Hong Kong and Singapore. Like,
Really?
apparently it's harder for them because China's communist. Like, they don't want their people necessarily just like leaving and freely seeing how the rest of. So it's just like it's a little harder for them.
What
They have state-run media.
I would think it'd be the other way around.
Hong Kong's part of China, but like it's weirdly like kind of separate.
Is it a
too.
city or a state or a country or?
I think it's like a city, technically, kind of on like a
big ass city.
yeah, kind of like on somewhat of a island like it's a little secluded.
Okay.
And like it's technically part of China, but I don't know. Like they're also kind of separate. I don't think it's like the equivalent of Puerto Rico to America. It's probably a little more of. If Puerto Rico is a little more part of America, it'd probably be
That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I would say like
That's
if you're gonna
thing.
make a comparison,
Yeah.
that'd probably be the
I'm
best
gonna
one
look
to
up
make.
the population. The pop.
Oh, it's
You're that lazy.
I
can't.
I think it's like 7 million in the city. I had to look it up for the
Okay.
paper. Yeah.
No, I'm trusting your judgment on it.
Yeah,
so
Singapore
mine-
is like 5.6, I think.
Plus, I spelled population wrong when I was typing it into Google,
So
so
it's for the best.
my ego's destroyed on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I've never been out of the country, so it'll be
I went to Canada once, and it was awful.
no way.
Yeah, I went to Canada.
How was it
What
awful?
time of the year?
I was like 10 years old, and it was a fishing trip with my dad and my grandpa, and it just was not. I'm not a big fishing guy, so
That's a lot of people I know that go to Canada. They go for that reason.
yeah.
Fishing?
We
Yeah.
like barely went over the border and like just found a fishing spot. It was not a good time. Oh, well.
A lot of comedians come from Canada, apparently.
Comedians?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So got
Can you
nothing
name
else
some-
to do
I
besides
can't think of
joke.
anybody. I was just listening to a podcast the other day, and they were saying like a ton of comedians. They were naming people, but I can't remember any of them.
I gotcha.
I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Are Canadians known for being funny?
Well, the argument they talked about, they're like, you better, like, if you're living in northern Alberta, you better be funny to survive a winter. Because, like,
What?
pretty much his argument was,
The
like,
laughs keep them warm.
Yeah.
ha ha, just laugh.
You'll get warmer and you'll be able to survive the winter. We just gotta keep things alive, people. Come on.
Yes. I think his argument, which has a lot of validity, is in the fact that, like, pretty much like humor can alleviate any like pain or suffering or struggle or any shit like that. So I think that's what his argument was. So like,
gotcha.
if you want to tough it out,
So
you
it's a
gotta be
painful
funny.
winters and because it's so cold.
Yeah.
Not because it's like a third world or some terrible condition.
No.
Or like an oppressive ruler.
No, it's literally cold weather.
Just cold weather. That's a first world problem right there. It's There's no famine or anything. It's literally it's cold.
No,
That's
it's
our problems.
The temperature's just a little lower than everywhere else.
Imagine, like, I wonder if Kim Jong Un, he just like walks up to people and he's just like, laugh.
Like, probably, yeah. I'm sure you get away with that.
Anytime I think of Kim Jong Un, I just think of the dictator. No, not the dictator. The interview. version of
Yeah,
Kim
Yeah.
Jong Un.
Classic.
Oh, that's a
Super
great
goofy
movie.
guy.
Yeah, and they started singing Katy Perry song.
Yeah, wrecking ball or firework or one of them.
Yeah, it was Firework, I think.
Yeah. Wrecking ball's nice.
That was a weird time with like I thought some shit was gonna go down just for that movie.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they couldn't put it in theaters because I think Kim Jong Un was outwardly just saying like, no, fuck this movie.
Didn't they hack Sony or something like that too? On top of that,
Yeah, there was something to do with Sony. I forgot what it was.
Same,
I don't
yeah.
remember that. Wait, so what happened?
I don't remember either. It was something, I think Sony got hacked or something.
Or maybe
regarding that.
Sony, Sony got a threat to not put it out. Maybe.
And then they put it online and streamed it, and then people had to pay for it, and people were
Might look
buying
it up.
it intentionally to be like, "Yeah, America, like,
That's
don't
a
fuck
good-
with us."
That's a smart marketing scheme.
Sure.
Like, but you could argue a lot of moves are just like pro America, so and selling
Yeah.
that.
That's
So,
Just use your movie to be so controversial that it possibly starts a war with an opposing country.
yeah, I mean the sales, like
The
See
sales.
what this stirs up. Let's see what happens.
Sony.
Throw that out there to the public.
Yeah, let's just social experiment here. See what happens.
Yeah, I do remember that though, because it wasn't in theaters. It was not allowed to be in theaters.
Really?
It never was. I never knew any theaters.
I don't remember that. That's
And so-
crazy.
I had a friend that worked at a theater, and they said they wouldn't play it for some specific reason, but I can't remember why. Maybe it was fear. It was something fear related, but I can't remember what they were fearful of. But either way, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like terrorist attack or something like
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Something along those lines, you would think?
I think it was like Korea, like hacked or something.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like I think like Kim Jong Un's country was like hacking.
Okay.
Like I think.
Like they would have hacked the movie theater too, or
Like
messed with the movie
Sony.
theater?
I don't know. Oh, here it is. Feds charge North Korea programmer and Sony hack over the interview.
Oh,
So without getting too far into it, it was North Korea who hacked Sony over the movie. Assuming to, I don't know if Probably have to delete it. I'm sure they make multiple copies. But
Yeah.
Something.
You're just sitting there like watching the interview like in a movie theater, and like the screen goes black, and then Kim Jong Un pops up and starts like,
This
giving
movie
me
is
the-
false.
This
This
movie
is not
is
real.
false. Yeah. We have prosperity in our land.
I have big hands.
I am not this faggot that they portray me as in this movie. I do not know who Katy Perry is. I do not like margaritas or whatever they were drinking the whole time. I am not a fan. These are all lies.
Lies.
And that's the reason he hacks into it, just to like maintain his reputation. Like,
Over like
He doesn't
Katy
care about
Perry.
anything.
I'm not a Katy Perry fan. Don't fool me for that. He just starts going down the list. I do own a tank. That's true. That is true.
I do have a lot of weapons though.
Yeah. All the wealth. Yeah, that's all there. That's all there. But not a fan of margaritas.
Yeah, I wonder if he has any like Americans that he's actually like a fan of. Because you know, like in the
Oh,
movie, he's
probably
like
a
big
closet fan.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
big closet.
I wonder who.
Like Jeff Goldblum or someone like that. Just like some goofy, weird dude. I guess Dennis Rodman.
Could you like? What would you do if you found out like you're like, wow, Kim Jong Un's like a fan of me?
I mean,
It's like
Kim Jong Un's a big softie.
I might not publicly be like, I'm very happy this dictator who kills own people is a fan of me, but like in the back of my head, I'm like, he appreciates my work. Cool.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
I wouldn't, I don't know.
I mean, all I'm doing is doing me, and he
Yeah.
appreciates it. So
Yeah. I wouldn't make a statement supporting it, but I don't think I'd make a statement denying it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't want to like.
Yeah.
I mean, his political views suck, but
He likes
he
my
appreciates good art.
Yeah, he likes
What
my
can I
movie.
say?
Sorry, he has a good taste in music. Or movies. Like,
My bad, I'm great.
yeah.
It's funny.
I'm so great a North Korean dictator likes my work.
It's a bragging point.
Yeah.
Something to put on your resume.
Kim Jong-un supports me.
Kim Jong Un is a fan. So I just want to throw that out there.
Could you imagine going to North Korea? Like,
I would not want to.
that's
I wouldn't
that's
risk
not
it.
a place I would want to go either.
I wouldn't risk it.
Dude, I feel like you get like trapped there or something. Like
Someone. Oh, my bad.
I've like heard stories of like I think my stepsisters went like on a trip over somewhere like in Europe, and like one of their friends like got lost throughout the night. Like they were out drinking, like having a good time and stuff, and he like got separated from the group, and he literally got like imprisoned for like a little bit for a while, and it took like a bunch of effort to like get him out. Like it was like months and stuff.
Where was he at?
I'm not sure specifically. I know my like I don't know, giving all the details is a little rough, but like I do remember that story of like when you're overseas somewhere in a different country and like you get in prison, like you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's just like you're abiding to the rules, obviously. So it's just not gonna
They
work
set
out
the
for
rules
you.
at that point. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one in North Korea where it was this college student was going over there. He ripped off a poster of some North Korean thing, like pro Kim Jong Un. They figured out it was him. He
only wanted it as a souvenir, right?
something like that. They imprisoned him.
Oh, sweet! I'm hanging this up in my room.
You're laughing
North
now.
Korean propaganda.
This story's about to take a dark turn.
Oh, God.
He gets sentenced to life of hard manual labor. They have to. America like negotiates with North Korea to get him back, and when they get him out, he's beaten so much he's brain dead and dies in a year.
No way.
Just for ripping a poster. That happened in the last couple of years. And I'm going to
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I retract my joke
comment
about
if I'm
hanging the
wrong, but
poster.
yeah. And then so I'm going to Singapore, and they're very like uptight about certain things. One of them's about chewing gum and littering, and I'm a big gum chewer. So like, imagine if I chew gum, I better not be foreshadowing anything. If I chew gum and throw it away, like what if I just get arrested for like 10 years?
What if you throw it in the proper place where it belongs? Like
I don't even think you're allowed to chew gum in Singapore.
that is some weird
Yeah.
laws.
What?
Yeah.
You better really freshen up on all the rules here and make
I don't
sure
think
you're
you're supposed
good.
to jaywalk. I think they take drugs are punishable by death. Illegal drugs.
What?
Yeah, it's that, and that's either in China, Hong Kong, or Singapore. It's in one.
That's
of them.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
yeah.
And then you have like Amsterdam. It's like free for all.
Yeah.
it's all over.
You do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like,
That's crazy.
Someone has like 20 grams of weed in America, and if they get sentenced like 20 years, everyone's like, oh, this is an outcry. But over in there, that's just like, oh, that's a light sentence for a minor drug offense.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah,
Still
all about
alive.
perspective.
We're still alive.
Where are you at with this 20 grams of weed?
You got people over in like a state that hasn't approved marijuana yet, and they're just like, damn it, like we can't even do that here. It's like, at least you're not dead.
You didn't shut your trap. You're fine. You're gonna do okay without smoking. You're gonna be all right.
You just chill out.
Yeah, just wait. It'll pass.
It's gonna be podcast number 147. Me and you are gonna be sitting here. You remember on Pod 100 when Joe was talking about chewing gum and it actually happened over in Hong Kong?
Yeah, I'm not gonna joke about too much.
He's dead now.
Do you know the actual penalty for like those minor things like chewing gum or jaywalking, like what it would look like? Or do you just know like
They told me specifically in a meeting, our study abroad meeting, it was like chewing gum
don't
illegal in
chew
Singapore.
gum.
Yeah.
Keep the double buffalo.
What's the
at
reasoning?
home.
What's the reasoning behind that law?
They just like a clean city, and it's new enough for like they're trying to do like a very clean approach. It's weird. They take pride in not breaking the law, which is cool. Like they don't have a lot of corruption scandals because they like are prideful of being honorable,
being upright,
and then
cool.
I guess it translated as things like littering. I don't think they like gum because with gum you literally just chew it and spit it out. You're not taking it in.
Yeah.
So
it does make cities grosser.
Yeah.
Okay, I get their argument though.
Yeah. It's a bit extreme, but yeah. And then I think they just like stuff by the book. I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, it's respectable, like to a point, and then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you're psycho.
How about a fine? Like, How about $100?
Yeah, exactly. Even that, like in our head, like $100 for chewing gum.
Yeah, it's like that's
And they're like, yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
A year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It was worse.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
I get that, like the pride of your city, like you want it to look nice.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they also, if they're a huge economic city, I know I think it's Hong Kong for sure, Beijing. Like there's smog due to like environmental, like they just pollute so much. So it's like you take pride in your city and stuff, and then maybe like that was Singapore, but it's like you're also doing that. So
Is Singapore based in China?
No, I think it's technically its own country. It may have been on some weird. I think it's its own country.
Right behind the record room.
This globe actually comes in handy.
Nice. Bring
Singapore-
it on over here. Let's figure out where
it was
Joe's
its own
going.
country, and then Malaysia. It became part of Malaysia for 2 years.
This is old. My dead grandparents gave me this. Just kidding. I stole it from their house, but
They did.
yeah, they're dead.
R.I.P. I'm sorry.
China. Does anyone have an idea?
Yeah. So Hong Kong's right there,
Okay.
and then Singapore should be somewhere in here.
I always
Like
thought
I said,
Singapore was.
Thailand.
There's Malaysia, so Singapore should be close to there.
Is that Singapore? Right there, Singapore.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a city then?
I think it's like a country.
No, it looks like a city, judging by the font compared to the other fonts.
Because this is Indonesia.
That's the only
This is Indonesia, right? That's apparently one of the most corrupt countries in the entire world.
Oh, don't they have one of those crazy leaders who like? I think they have I could be wrong. I think they have a crazy leader right now.
Really? I know nothing about their politics. I just heard that one time in a documentary.
And everything you hear in documentaries is true.
So how many days will you be in Hong Kong and how many days will you be in Singapore?
I don't know if we've decided. It's
No.
9-day total, and then maybe like it counts for. It's weird because when we travel back, because we're going with time, like I don't know if we're even like lose time,
Yeah.
which is weird because
See,
we're
I've
following it as the time goes back or something.
That's interesting.
I know, it's weird.
You're just like,
It's
say
like
it's
always
2:04.
yeah, it's like
2:04 or 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's go there.
Yeah.
It's 5 p.m. Like just consistently.
Yeah.
When you move from one place to another.
Just follow the sun.
It's like that flight never happened. I am now suddenly in Singapore. And it's the same time.
And then there's like I think it's called like Malaysian Airlines or something. It's some airline over there that we had the option of taking, but we're not because they currently have a flight that disappeared, and one of their flights flew into a no-fly zone and got shot down. So we're paying extra to avoid that airline, which is wild. Yeah, there's just so many variables. Like,
What was the no-fly zone? Or like what country shot them down?
I don't know. I'm not sure on details.
Let's speculate. Russia.
Korea, Russia. Honestly, probably both good guesses.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like I did hear about that flight too.
Yeah.
Like how was this like a few months ago? Was this over the summer?
I guess it's been a year ago. Probably.
Okay. Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild because I've heard of Singapore more than I've heard of Malaysia. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird that a city's more popular than an entire country that it's based in.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of Malaysia, I just think of Zoolander, where he's like, his
Dude,
goal
I've
is to
only-
kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
I've only seen it once. I saw it like once like a month ago, but I mean, it's a Will Ferrell movie, so I feel like I need
It's
to
so
watch
good.
it again.
It's so good.
I saw it once too and passed out. I need to watch it. Yeah.
I think it's easily top 10 comedy, and you could argue top 5.
I will say, Joe.
Really? Top
Yeah.
5?
You can argue it. You can argue
I don't know
it.
about that.
It's up there with Anchorman's, with Dumb and Dumber, Happy Gilmore. It's up there.
Step
You could
Brothers.
argue it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Hangover.
Hangover.
I watched
Great.
that. I watched that
Billy
within this
Madison,
past
maybe.
month. Oh my god! When he's at the gas station, the old man walks
Yeah.
over. What a cool! Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. And the old-
Don't even look
The old
at
man
it.
walks away, and he's like, "Yeah, you better keep walking. I'm not afraid to hit an old man." He just keeps. You just hear his voice in the background.
And like the other
Oh,
two are
man.
watching from the gas station. They're like,
Yeah.
"Is there anything wrong with him?"
Yeah, he's kind of funny in his own way. That's such like the dynamic is so funny because the only
All four
way
of them is
that
perfect.
Zach Galifianakis associates with the other two characters is through his brother.
Marrying into the family.
Yeah, exactly. So like that
Sister.
that
Yeah,
connection,
yeah.
that connection between those two and the weird ass is like taken out. So like these two have to deal with Zach Galifianakis the entire time. It's so fun.
And he's such a great character.
Oh man,
good actor,
I would
too.
say that was like Zach
absolutely.
Galifianakis' breakthrough.
Oh,
I think it was, yeah.
For sure. That's what made.
I never knew him before then. I
Yeah.
never knew him at all.
And it was Leslie Chow's breakthrough, apparently.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the Asian dude?
Yeah, he was
Absolutely.
apparently. Have you heard his background story?
No.
He was a doctor, and his wife was like dying from something, so he wanted to try and make her laugh and started doing comedies and like characters like that. Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
That's a crazy story.
That's awesome. That's
And
like
so his route about going about that is jumping out of a
like-
truck completely buck ass
cool.
naked, jumping
Get
on
the hell
something.
out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, oh, this will make her laugh. That's
I
crazy.
respect that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's funny.
I feel like everything I'm saying, I'm just like, I feel like I should fact check it, but like, I'm pretty sure it's.
Hey man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything's
I
right.
believe you. Absolutely. It sounds great.
Feel free to fact check it.
You know, this might get 15 views. And maybe one or two of those people might be like, yo, stop
This is bullshit. He's been acting since like 8th grade. I don't know. It's like, all right, we got a big Leslie Chow fan over here. What do you know what he's up to?
Have you seen his documentary?
No,
It's on Netflix. I don't know why you haven't seen it. Did you guys hear Netflix is like super in debt? Have you guys heard about that?
No.
way.
Me and Kenny were talking about it. Kenny told me, I don't know how good this is. Not bashing on Kenny, but like my roommate told me, he's like, Netflix is like millions of dollars in debt. I'm trying to like
How?
Yeah, I'm trying to piece together how that would look. Like who do they owe money to?
I feel like it would just be they paid out all these movies and they're just waiting for movie returns. I don't know. Their stock was doing well for a while, so I imagine if they were in debt,
My
stock
cousin made
would
some
be
money
rising.
on the stock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like a core 4 for a while. It was like Netflix, like Amazon, I think Google, and
Apple, maybe?
maybe Apple.
Blockbuster. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's just like 4
Respect.
great tech
Rip.
stocks doing amazing. And then
Those other 3 sound pretty on point. Yeah. Those sound right.
yeah. But it's
Yeah.
weird if Netflix is all just a lie. It's just
Yeah,
like, they didn't
they're
deserve
just
to be in the
super
company. The other
bankrupt. They're
3.
just like keeping it cool. Like no one will find out. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I've always wondered what their incentive to make movies themselves is.
Netflix originals and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, because if you make it, you keep all the profit.
That's true.
Right, but where's the profit coming from?
It's people signing up to stream it.
But it's
Like $5
a
a month.
flat monthly rate. Like
So you'll attract more people in if you have better movies. You know what I mean?
I get that because it's differentiating. It's like, oh, we have something the competition doesn't
Yeah,
have.
like House of Cards is only. Or like,
Haunting of Hill House. Do you guys
Yeah,
watch that at all?
I haven't, but like it's
Yeah.
Netflix original.
But it's a Netflix
People-
original, and
people
like
love it.
people are talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, people are saying you got to go see it. So yeah, it's interesting.
The greatest
Makes
Netflix
sense.
contract will forever be letting Adam Sandler a free reign of movies, like being able to direct them and write them.
Yeah,
And his movies are just on Netflix are just ridiculous.
yeah. Adam Sandler and like David Spade has like Netflix originals on I'm pretty
It's
sure
like that whole
too.
comedy group.
They have that.
Yeah, exactly. Chris
Some
Rock
fat
too.
dude.
Kevin James.
Yeah.
Wait,
that whole
had-
Saturday Night Live
The
crew.
two of them had a movie together. I can't think of the name of
They
it.
have a fair
though.
amount, I think.
Who?
It's,
Which two?
David Spade and Adam Sandler.
They
It
have
was,
the
it was a
one on
Netflix
Netflix.
original.
The one where like he
Show.
loses his identity or whatever.
I think that's right. They have to, like,
Yeah.
there's something with like they have a cure in somewhere in South America with cancer, but like the American public or just the public in general. I don't know if it's specifically America, but one of the publics wants to kind of like hide it from the public, so they don't want it to be shown. But then they need to like save the person. I don't remember the full plot,
It's deep and I like it.
but yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like Adam
The
Sandler
Do
and
Over.
Chris
Is that
Rock.
it?
The duo.
That sounds
that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't. I've scrolled through. I've scrolled through it so many times.
They
Yeah,
like
you're
meet
right.
at a high school reunion.
Yep.
David Spade gets sucked into this and he like destroys. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Dude, think that would be the crazy. That'd be the coolest life. You joined Saturday Night Live. Like what? They were probably early mid 20s.
about. Oh,
Something
Adam
like that.
Sandler.
Yeah. When did they join?
Adam Sandler's life's cool. Like,
Yeah, that. But like, imagine like that crew, like Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Kevin James, David Spade.
They all joined around the same
at
time?
one point, Chris Farley. Yeah, they all like kind of started at the same time.
They started
Saturday Night,
making movies.
and they just became like the crew in Saturday Night Live, and they just all worked together. It was hilarious. And like, what 30 years later, they're all still doing shit together.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like so cool.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. No, they just I don't know. They keep making movies.
Grown ups, obviously, yeah. Wow, I didn't realize that. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Chris Farley would be right there with them.
Yeah.
Respect. Oh.
I do think his moves have taken a massive drop off, not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah, for sure.
It's good for him that he's getting paid fat amount of money to just pretty much just vacation with his friends.
Yeah.
It's like they just go to the Bahamas and film a movie and like
Yeah.
like the do-over we're literally watching him like inner tube. You know what I mean? Like we're like watching
You're
him on
at a
vacation.
water park right now. You're making money at a water
Yeah,
park.
he's just like it's just him and all his friends just made a movie and got paid. Like I would take that even if
Dude,
I knew.
absolutely. That's a life.
Yeah,
I don't think I think people have been too critical on Adam Sandler as well, though. Like The Cobbler was a good movie. I know. I think we talked about that before. Like,
I've
that's a
never
good
seen
movie.
it. I
Newer
just
one?
like
It's worth watching. It's somewhat new. It's a serious movie. It's
Really?
it's not like super goofy, but it's a good story, good plot.
Interesting.
I enjoyed it personally.
Yeah.
I feel like all the like
Do
all
Over's
the,
good.
Yeah.
you just had that core five that were just amazing. So it's just hard to compare anything to them.
Yeah.
But what were they like? Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Mr. Deeds. This is at least.
Oh yeah,
And then
never saw Mr. Deeds.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
And
then-
Big Daddy.
I think it's Anger Management.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
anger
that'd be
management's
one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jack
a good one.
Mr.
Yeah.
Deeds probably the worst out of all those.
And it's still so good in my
It is a
opinion.
good
I
movie,
love
yeah,
Mr.
it is a good
Deeds.
movie.
I haven't seen that one.
The premise is awesome.
Yeah.
It's just like a small town guy who's just the greatest guy ever. Apparently for whatever reason, he just inherited someone's fortune. So then he's just running the fortune. And it's like the fortune like owns the New York Jets and like all these companies. So it's just like this small town dude is just like running all this stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like a funny storyline.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
You know what is a great movie? Like probably one of my top 5 for sure.
Top
but like top five. But it just I've never heard that many people talk about it. Is Sex Drive? If you've ever heard that movie,
No.
No. Never
it's
heard.
such a good movie. It's like one of
in
the
it?
funniest movies I've ever seen. I don't know any of the like actors. Like they're not huge actors.
Yeah.
Like one of them I've seen before. One is, have you ever seen The Middle? It's on like ABC Family. Well, Axel is like the older son, and he's in the movie as well. But I don't know. It's a really good movie where they pretty much meet somebody online dating, and they drive down to go meet her, and then they like.
Have sex, and that's why it's called the Sex Drive.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
They're literally driving somewhere for sex.
Exactly.
Fueled by their sex drive.
Beautiful.
It all works together.
Beautiful.
That is
It's a big
probably
circle.
that's probably a top 5 movie for me, honestly.
Overall or comedy?
Overall. Like I also I have a proclivity to tend to favor comedies because I like comedy. Like if I'm sitting around watching a movie, it's probably gonna be a comedy or a really good plot.
Which is very counter to the critics. Like critics, I feel like so I don't like the 4-star system. I feel like comedies usually like naturally get a half to a full star less, which is weird.
Oh,
It's like
really?
they just don't value it. Cause
Yeah.
it's because
Like you think good quality
Yeah, that makes sense.
comedy.
'Cause
Yeah.
You're kind of like sacrificing the story to make people laugh.
Yeah, you could argue.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it depends on what people are wanting.
Especially the really out there, just dumb comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Like-
usually no plot, but they like that's why it's funny. 'Cause
Like not another teen movie. Like that's a good movie, but it's stupid as fuck.
yeah.
That's why I love Hangovers, because it was actually like a good plotted comedy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
honestly, yeah.
It was, yeah.
The character
it was
dynamic
so well
was
done.
just the character dynamic was spot on. It's so funny.
One of the better comedies I've ever seen, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was my #1 movie for years.
Dude, same. Very influential in probably a negative way.
Honestly, we need. Excuse me, I'm dying of cancer.
You're not excused.
That was insensitive. We need a squad name. The three of us.
Oh, God.
Well, we decided one over text, but I don't know if that's appropriate.
I'm not thinking that one.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking that one.
Let's see. Squad name.
I say this for one reason. Well, not one reason, but two reasons. One, I think it'd be cool. Two, Joe Rogan, as you guys know, I have a major raging boner for him. It's
that was
disgusting.
the best way to put it. I'm glad you went that route.
It's repulsive. I'm grossed out by it myself, understandably so.
Yeah.
And he has like groups of people that I'll have on like frequently, and they call themselves like one group I'm thinking of is like Shrimp Fest. So they created like a nickname like amongst their group. So
Shrimp Fest?
Shrimp Fest.
Shrimp Fest. Interesting.
We don't have to necessarily think of it now, but I thought it'd be cool to kind of brainstorm.
And this could be a fan interaction thing.
How many,
If
how
you
many-
guys have any ideas,
Yeah,
let us know.
you know.
How many pods have you been on, Joe?
More than you.
You sure?
More than
You guys are close. You guys are close.
I want to make it a bit of. I'm trying to think
How many have you been on?
Just me and Pat, me and Casey. Another one with
I'm
us.
counting mine in my head.
You
while
too.
count yours, so.
And then
Wait, you said just us,
yeah, just
Casey,
Pat,
Pat,
us three at one point.
and then now?
Yeah.
I think that is 5. I think you're right.
So 10?
No, I'm just at
5? Okay, I was at 6. So.
You've been on with Dylan, Bragg, Alex Grant.
more than
Who
you.
else?
Damn it, Joe! I thought I had you.
Just me and you. The 4 of us. Or the 3 of us, my bad. Obviously now, again.
And then there's that one other one.
Have we done 2?
Quality over
Just us?
quantity, Joe. Quality over quantity.
I feel like you popped in.
Quality's-
You and Mason.
I've been in more.
That's what it was.
Yeah. I think you're 1 up on Grant.
Yeah, that's my only motivation to go on. I knew he
Yeah.
was going to get one tonight, so I had to, like, do one to keep
Say
my
one
lead.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan, what are you doing tomorrow?
You know,
You want to pot up?
I think I got a lot of free time. And we should do a podcast. So.
You know what? Let's do 3. Let's get crazy with it. Let's do it in different places.
Yeah, I'll be hanging around the house, so I'm down.
Damn it, he's matching me at every turn.
Be like, hey, Grit, like, you want to go on the podcast?
Joe's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Bob's out of his room.
Appearance.
Joe somehow makes it a group chat. It's like, what? No.
How the hell did Joe know? That's funny.
Yeah.
On the topic of movies, who do you guys think the best entertainer alive is?
On the topic of movies, or regardless?
The fact that you use the word entertainer.
Do they have to be a movie person?
We could narrow this down to
That was 6 news.
something more like just sports. We can narrow this down to something like just music, or we could narrow this down to something like
Alright.
just movies, or we could just go best entertainer as a
Alright.
whole.
I'm actually because it's so hard to do the big ones.
Yeah,
True.
that's tough. I'll probably need a category.
For movies,
Okay.
I feel like Will Smith has to be up there.
Yes.
Because, like,
Will Smith's big.
I'm not saying he's the greatest music, person ever, but he was very big at the beginning.
He's touched a lot of different aspects
Yeah.
of entertainment.
And every movie he had for a while was, like, the #1 blockbuster of the year. So, like,
He's been in comedies,
He
he's
drew
been
a
in
crowd.
actions.
yeah,
Yeah, he's been in a lot
If
of
we're doing movies, I think I would have to go with Will Smith as well.
right? As far as
Honestly.
entertainer. Like, there might be better actors, maybe, whatever. But
Well, he
just
could also
entertainer.
play like the serious role, and he could play the funny role, both so well.
Yeah.
Easily, for sure. Yeah. I'm trying to think of someone like him that can do both.
Mark Wahlberg, maybe.
Him and The Rock.
What about
draw
Leo
crowds.
DiCaprio?
Entertainer.
He's kind of like hit both of those areas when it comes to funny and serious.
Has he ever done
He's
a
got some great
comedy?
movies.
Wolf of Wall Street.
could argue.
Yeah, true.
I'd say
not
that's
a
more of a good
not a
plot, though.
full-fledged.
Yeah, it's like
comedy, I would say.
it's like a serious movie with I don't know. Yeah, there's comedic parts in it.
Yeah, sure.
But it's
As far as like overall talent as an art, like as an actor goes, I would say
debatably the GOAT
he's
that
true.
I've seen.
But
Tom
Will
Hanks
Smith,
gotta go
as
up
far as
there.
most well-rounded.
Tom Hanks.
90s
damn.
Tom Hanks.
We're going to the
GOAT.
older crew. That's crazy. Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Dude. He's so good.
He's been some good ones. I haven't.
He's been some of.
See, I would
my
love to
top
argue
10s.
like Will Ferrell or Adam Sandler as well, but
But they're
like,
so
yeah.
confined to comedy.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
They're confined to comedy.
Absolutely.
You watched Will Ferrell's serious movie? I've never seen it.
What was it?
Oh yeah, it was. I fell asleep halfway through. It was actually really weird because I woke up the next morning and I was like, when did I pass out? Like, have you guys ever had that? Like, usually I have like a dazing period that lasts maybe 5-10 minutes where I'm like, oh, I'm asleep. I was like, oh no, I'm waking back up, and no, I'm go back to sleep again. Oh.
You're just watching
I
the
usually
movie, and then the
don't
next
talk to
second you're
myself
awakened
like that.
the next morning.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like confused. I was like, okay, I guess the movie's over.
I guess I have class in 30 minutes.
Yeah. There's a lot of things happening right now.
Which actually, hey, I'll share this story real quick. We were watching a movie the other night with our other roommate, Trud, and as you guys both know, obviously. But, so I went upstairs, and this was the day after I ran my half marathon, so I think it might have been related to that.
Wait, Jordan, you ran a half marathon?
I ran a half marathon.
I don't want attention for it.
Please, like, honestly, don't drop anything in the comments. Don't send me flowers. It's all good.
All I did was run a half marathon.
You know,
I mean, come on.
13.1 miles, 53 laps around the track. No big deal whatsoever.
There's always a post. If someone does a half marathon, there will be a post.
There will be a post.
You will know about it.
You know, I'm buying the bumper sticker 13.1 for the back of my car.
You should.
You guys are
I
going to
would.
think everybody's going to think it's a radio station, but no. It's
13.1.
Yes. But wait, where was
The
I
day
going?
after you ran the half marathon.
Yes. So the day after I ran the half marathon, I was in the middle of watching this movie, and then I went upstairs, went to the bathroom, and after I was like done urinating, I got more dizzy than I ever got in my entire life, and I just started didn't know where I was, and I was like falling, and I struggled to even make it. My bathroom is right next door to my room, but I struggled to make it in my room, and I just laid down in my bed, somehow didn't fall over. And like I said, like I didn't fully know where I was at the moment either. Like I partially knew. No, I wasn't drinking or anything.
Wow.
And I went
That sounds like
into
vertigo.
the bed. Yeah, it really was. And I just went to the bed and just passed out. I laid there and I was kind of scared actually. I laid there, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pass out. I'm not touching my phone, I'm not getting up. And I was in the middle of the movie Blow with
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good
That's a
movie.
great
That's a
movie.
good movie. Absolutely.
I love that movie so much.
Oh man, the story of just like him, like just slowly, like I don't know, it's just.
I love character transitions so much.
Absolutely, the
Johnny
stories
Depp's
were
great
like,
at it.
you start them at the beginning, like where they came from, and then and they always like those kind of movies. Always like at the beginning, they like show that little preview of where they're at currently, and then they take you back in time,
Yeah.
show you like how they led up to that moment.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
I love how they started out like literally as him as a kid. He's like, in that moment, I decided I'm never gonna be poor.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
it's a great movie. Johnny Depp's
He's another
good
one,
entertainer. Yeah, he can play. For real.
So versatile.
So Johnny
Probably the
Depp
most
can
versatile
play
actor.
so many different roles.
He's up
He
there.
can play it's crazy. And his roles are always so out there.
Extreme.
Yes,
like
very.
Tim Burton stuff where he's like I don't even know, like Willy Wonka. He's played
Willy
a weird
Wonka,
Willy Wonka.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
He's in Blow. Jack Sparrow. How is there any correlation with any of those characters whatsoever besides that they're extreme?
Jack Sparrow may have the greatest character introduction ever.
Honestly.
If you remember it.
Oh, coming in on the boat. Coming in on the boat.
It's just
the
sinking.
music plays, just full on confidence. I'm gonna make it to the dock. Yeah,
And then right when it sinks, he takes a step on the
Yes,
dock.
absolutely. I watched the third Pirates of the Caribbean the other day. I wasn't a big fan.
How many are there?
Oh God, they're like
At this
5
point,
now.
it's such like a. There could be more even.
I think there's 5. There's like the main trilogy, and then they made a 4th one which I didn't see, and then the 5th one was actually good because it was about It was about Orlando Bloom and I don't know.
Was Johnny Depp in it?
Yeah, he was in it.
Okay.
And it was about Orlando Bloom's like son meeting a girl or something.
All right.
And it was actually a cool story. I liked it. I never saw the fourth, but
I could watch them slowly because of Jack Sparrow, but like as far as the big plot, I don't know about all that. I just like Johnny Depp's character that much.
yeah, no, he's good. Like I love when all those battles are going on and everyone like people are flying off the boat
Yes, the
screaming and Jack
sailor,
Sparrow's just like he's just like moseying along the boat, like going from A to B, like everyone's flying everywhere.
The way he runs, it's like he just always seems drunk.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they drink a lot back then?
I would assume so.
Why's the rum always gone?
The Kraken, you know.
The Kraken.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I saw a it was pretty inspirational. I don't know if it was actually his quote. It could have been one of those fan-made quote thingies. But it just said, it was like, they told me I could be anything, so I became everything. And it was a picture of Johnny Depp and, like, every role he's done. It's just so versatile. It's
I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that.
I hope you said that quote, because that makes that much better.
Yeah, no, if anyone can say that quote, it's him.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
But he apparently has, like, a spending problem, which I don't blame him, whatever. But he has a money spending problem. Like, he apparently spends, like a month. I heard somewhere of like $10 million a month. Like it was just stupid amounts of money he spends.
What? Oh my god.
He just like buys houses, like car, like he just like buys like it's almost like a compulsive spender. But then he'll make Pirates of the Caribbean, and that movie alone will give him like $60 million.
Honestly,
you know?
yeah.
Like,
let's make a 6 Pirates of the Caribbean. It'll be shit, but I'll make another 10 mil. Like
that's what I'm sure the Avengers are good movies, but to me it's just like that has. I know you're a big fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like those are just such a money ploy,
bro.
I don't blame them, but
it's honestly like
so is Star Wars now.
True.
So I'm not
true.
like
these like universes like just keep expanding, and like since it's a part of that original idea and movie, like people are going to go see it no matter what. People are going to go see it. Absolutely.
Like I think Star Wars has like a soft agreement to make. As of now, I think they're planning to make one Star Wars movie a year indefinitely.
I wouldn't be surprised because
people like they have the audience to do it. Yeah.
People are going to keep going to them. Yeah.
Eventually, if they become crap, I'm sure people would. But I mean, for the foreseeable future, I bet for the next 20 years it'll be completely.
Yeah. I feel like it takes one to just really debunk, and then people are like, okay, I'm kind of like, kind of like you can just like those big diehard fans finally come to grips with like, okay, they're pushing it.
Yeah, no, I didn't even see that. I'm a huge diehard fan, and when they came out with the 5th one, I was like, I don't even want to watch that because I feel like it's gonna ruin it.
Which one?
The 5th one. So like there's the original 3 trilogy, then there's Live Free or Die Hard, then there's a 5th one, and I didn't even watch it.
Really?
It's like
because didn't it start out
too much?
Like the 4 through 5 are like made before 1, 2, and 3.
That's Star Wars.
You're talking about Die Hard.
Star Wars has some weird prequel sequel stuff.
Yeah. Star Wars has like 6 movies. The last 3 were made in the 80s because they didn't think they could pull off all 6. So it's like, all right, we're just gonna stick to the story of the last 3 and make that. And then they realized, oh shit, it's a huge hit. And then like 20 years later, they decided, okay, let's make the first 3, and turned out to do really well. And now they just keep going.
Now they're doing
and now they won't stop.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah. Like episode wise, they made it was 4, 5, and 6 first, and 1, 2, and 3, and then they're working on 7, 8, and 9. But they had the one that's like between like 3 and 4.
Yeah,
like they're just all over
Rogue
the place.
Rogue One between that one's good. I'm a big fan of that.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Yeah, Rogue One's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it's a cool story, and like it's just cool characters and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like anything like the original like 6 or whatever, but it's a good watch.
Cool side plot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Like those like universes, those movie universes just get so built up, and they just are aware of the money they can make from all these side movies. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
Honestly, so, good for them.
Yeah, I did too. I don't blame them.
Honestly.
Got anything else on your mind? So I could go in on Star Wars all day, but we can switch it up.
Absolutely. We've been talking about movies for a while.
I got a weird question, and I got another question.
That spins horribly.
Yeah.
That was a real letdown. You need to like oil that thing up or something.
Grease it up.
Yeah.
Grease it up. Some WD-40 on that. Okay, so I'll only ask one of these. I got a weird question, and I got a question that's kind of little bit conceptual, but also a decent question. Would you guys want the weird question, or would you like the?
Could ask them both and we pick.
Okay.
True.
Let's do that.
Do you
Let's
want
do that.
weird or conceptual? Joe? What are you feeling?
First question. Bang bang. If you could ask any single person one question and they had to answer honestly, who and what would you ask?
Any single person?
Just any person.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
they can't be dating.
not
someone.
They can't be
marital.
dating.
I was just like, damn.
They can't.
What?
They can't have a significant other.
I guess
How
Leo,
lonely
is
are
that where
you
we're
right
at? So
Other
you just
question.
broke up with that.
What's weirder? Obviously, okay. I'm gonna lay something down with this question.
Context.
Excuse me. Like, these are both obviously very weird. I've asked this question before, just on the fly, to somebody on my podcast, and he couldn't grasp the concept that obviously I find these both to be significantly, like, bizarre. Like, these are both really bizarre things, but my question is, what's weirder and what's the weirdest out of these two?
Okay.
Okay.
We're really
So no matter what, we're talking on a weird
you are
spectrum.
really building this up.
No, yeah, good, no, because I asked this question and he's like, no, like those are weird. I was like, yeah, I get that, they're both weird, but like, what's
weirder?
That's
fair, I like
so
it.
my question is,
I'm
what's
intrigued
weirder?
by this one?
What's weirder, necrophilia or pedophilia? Necrophilia meaning you like to have sex with dead people. Pedophilia, you like to have sex with children.
Jesus.
Or you're sexually attracted to these things.
I'd assume. Okay, but just attraction wise or the actual action? Because attraction, dead spot, like you could dress. I'm going in depth with it already. That's the trick.
You're really breaking this down, aren't you, Joe? It's
Because-
like, all right, there's a few different ways you can look at
Because
this.
you could dress up a dead body and make it pretty much look real. So like being attracted, that's normal. But like no matter what, if you're attracted to someone, you know, like if I'm 40, I'm attracted to a 12-year-old. Like that's just not okay. Period.
Yeah.
But if it's the action, I don't like saying one's better than the other. But like with a dead person, man, like that's
it's pretty.
that's pretty weird. But I guess so is they're both.
Which one's?
They're both weird.
There's
Dude, that's
another
a weird question.
Here's
Yes,
another question.
yes.
Which one's more wrong?
Okay, like as far as legality or like on
Ethical.
ethics?
On an ethical, personal
Pedophilia would be more wrong.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
someone's taking damage. If you're already dead, then they can no more damage.
They're
can
not.
be
They're
done.
not. Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
Consensus agreement.
I was looking for some back and forth here.
Yeah.
You guys just like all agree with me. I'm like, yeah, but that makes sense.
That was my argument too. I think necrophilia is less weird for that exact reason.
I feel like
the act
action,
and the act and the thought.
the thought.
Jordan's a
I don't know.
pedophile. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
The viewers just go to this crazy.
Well, I said I said
Wash
necrophilia.
out.
I said necrophilia. So like
which?
I think necrophilia is more morally justified than pedophilia. If that makes sense.
The action
It's
or the
more-
thought?
Both.
Okay, I think the action I think is better because there's the victim is already dead, and the
There's no
thought's
repercussion.
Better.
There's just pleasure on one
They're
end.
both-
If you get off on that, that's weird to me.
Okay.
But like you do you, man. Like
This is-
As far as the dead person goes, with
Yes.
the pedophilia,
because no, there are consequences.
Wrong.
Like that's
Yeah.
fucking somebody, that's psychology.
Yeah.
The psychology of somebody.
This is
Yeah, I
how
agree.
this is how I break it down in my head. Both are wrong, but like I don't know. When it comes to pedophilia, there's suffering there, and there's not suffering with necrophilia.
True.
So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
As far as the
yeah.
action goes.
yeah, I would say so.
'Cause you would assume it's all pleasure, like because it's only a one-way street. There's no consent. It's just you fucking a dead person. So it's like okay, like that person's only gaining pleasure out of this.
What if it's in their will to give consent? I was kidding.
Oh,
It's okay.
While they're alive, like, what do you mean?
Oh, just like in your will, it's just like it's okay if blah blah blah.
Oh, in your like
So it is
will, in
consent,
your
yeah.
actual written will, like hey,
You do
this is
consent,
cool.
Yeah.
hey, I just want to say the autopsy. They can do whatever they want to me.
Yeah,
Dot whatever.
You know what? Have a play date. Just go for it.
Just have a fun time.
If you get any ideas, you can act on them.
It's a new form of organ. It's funny.
Yeah.
Because that's my like
I feel like we're all in agreement for the most part.
for
Yeah.
necrophilia, I also keep imagining some girl that obviously unfortunate died from like what X, Y, and Z, but still looks really attractive.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe she's like a
The
24-year-old
isn't
girl.
necessarily wrong because they could have no outward damage and it's like an hour after, so they just look like a sleep live person.
That's my argument. Like the person that I had on the podcast before, like he couldn't wrap his mind. I was like, yes, this is weird, but like it's not.
He knew it was controversial, so he wouldn't even
weird.
engage in the conversation.
Yes,
which is
true.
Cowardice.
PC, no, just PC culture nowadays.
Yeah,
you don't even want to talk about anything that could be interpreted as weird.
Me and Joe over here like, all right, let's dive into this.
Yeah. Well, because you could take sound bites, I'm sure of that, and just do like a 1-second video of like a phrase I said that I'm sure is messed up.
Yeah.
There's context to everything.
Absolutely.
There's context to everything.
You can easily piece a sentence out of this, and it's like, oh, okay, that was
something.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement.
I would agree.
So, but
What's
the
the other
question
one?
was, which one's weirder?
Yeah,
So pedophilia would be weirder.
Pedophilia is weirder,
that's what I would say.
And
as well.
also wronger.
more wrong.
The wrongest.
He's going to college.
Wronger. Yes.
So what was the other question again?
The other question was, I like this question. I've asked a lot of people this question. If you could ask any single person one question and they had to answer honestly, who and what would you ask?
What are you going to ask Joe Rogan, Jordan?
I think I don't know if it'd be him. I think it'd be somebody in politics. To be honest with you,
Really?
I think it. I don't know. Like, could you imagine like what Obama knows? Like
Yeah.
or like Trump? Like what the fuck they
Like
know?
Joe asked Trump.
How do you live with yourself?
How do you get on? It's like, are there aliens? Ask a former
Where do you
president.
get-
Something like that.
Aliens would be a good question. I feel like there's a like maybe JFK.
Can we ask dead people?
Do they have to be alive? Alive.
Let's say alive, just
Narrow
make
it
it
down.
easier.
Narrow it down a
Yeah,
little more.
That's fair.
because you could go back to like Aristotle.
You could ask Hitler or something. Like,
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Where do you get off?
Well, we know where he got off.
16-year-old girls. That's where he got off.
Was
Blonde
he
hair,
also
blue
a
eyes.
pedophile?
He wasn't a pedophile necessarily, but he was like into like very young girls, like
Isn't pedophilia?
oddly young.
Really?
Like as far as like American policy goes, like that's the legality. That's
Pedophilia.
that's a pedophile.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that classifies as a pedophile, like 18 and under, right?
When you're...
Is that it, like if you're Hitler's age? Because I don't know how old he was, but he's probably 30, 40. I would assume.
Didn't he die
Gotta
in
be
his
in the
40s?
40s.
I think he died in his 40s.
Okay.
Surely he's in his 40s.
So 40-year-old man, he liked he was into 16-year-old girls. Like he liked young girls.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because like guys are typically attracted to youthfulness and appearance, but like
That was too much.
it's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
I mean, he had all that power, so like he could just kind of get away with it. Honestly, just kind of how it was.
Kind of made the rules. He kind of made what was legal. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone.
that's interesting.
Probably
though,
a
'cause-
former president, if he has to answer truthfully, probably with aliens. Right? Because they would know.
Is there an Area 51?
Or is it like Independence Day where like they don't want the
Classic.
president to know, so they have like a different random person know, so the president doesn't have to like.
So you want to ask that guy?
Well, yeah, but like we don't know who that guy is, which is the whole like that's why they do that.
Yeah,
Because we don't know.
So hypothetically speaking, whoever that guy is, I'm gonna ask him this question.
Whoever knows about aliens, I want to ask him about aliens.
I would like to ask any of the former or like current presidents or president who or what are your biggest secrets or what are the biggest secrets in the world right now?
Oh, so that's an open-ended question where it's not just like a one-word answer.
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
not
that's
like
better.
just aliens.
So it's like a
It's
conversation, like
yeah.
Okay.
What are your top 100 secrets?
I'm kind of making
100
yeah.
answers.
Nailed it.
Top 100. Oh, I bet they can name 100. Honestly, they probably know a lot.
Yeah,
They
dude.
probably know a lot.
Trump's probably got a lot of secrets.
That Trump rally was interesting. No, because
That was something.
The same analysis I had, like that he was just saying random shit that
get,
had no substance, but it got a reaction out of these.
That's
like,
all it does.
I don't want to say simple-minded people. I don't want to judge or label the people
Or
in the crowd,
group.
but he was just saying bullshit to get a reaction that it had no substance, and I ran across somebody else
easily.
and that's what his analysis was too. He's like, dude, like he said nothing valuable. It
was just a bunch of gibberish, honestly.
You like repeat like 5 points. Like all you have to really say is like anti-immigration stuff, lower taxes stuff, hate on socialism / Democrats. Not saying that's the same thing, but you just hate on those two groups of people because his followers, for the most part, group those two together. Pro-military, which, I mean, we all are, but, like, the whole, like, oh, we need, like... You could argue we should cut our military budget, but, like, their thing is, like, oh, bigger military.
Yeah.
There's just, like, a couple, like, things you can just repeat and just say in different ways, and that's... You could argue their platform. But you could also argue Democrats' platforms 5 things, too, so I'm not saying that. But.
Yeah. It was funny. Anytime he, like, made a point about what he was doing and, like, it was kind of, like, iffy and, like, people might not be confident, every time his go-to was, like, you all remember what happened 2 years ago and they said I wouldn't win, I won, bitches. Like, that's how it was every time. He always would be like, do you guys remember in 2016 when that happened? That was always the go-to for him.
Yeah, it was like,
oh my God.
Yeah, he brought that up a lot.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Remember we overcame Hillary? We did it. We did that.
He just kept going there. Right?
He made no real points.
Yeah, he did not go in depth with anything.
I
think it's all fear tactics. Everything he says is to make you like not like someone else. Like it was never like a genuine.
That's why I
other
would
than
say
economy
with like politics. Like, I just feel like I don't know anything about what they really are because they have this persona that they create over here. It's like, what are they really doing behind the scenes? I feel like we just don't know. I just really don't think I know. That's my opinion on politics. I don't know.
But you'd at least see what's passed. Like we have the right to see like what they pass, so we can look into it to a certain degree.
True. But then at that point, it's kind of like a little bit ambiguous to where the point we don't know it. Like it's all left open to interpretation.
Some of it, yeah.
And the thing is, when it comes to like the sources you go to, like it's like how valid is the source I'm looking at? Like, and like what perspective is this source coming from? Like, there's a lot of different variables.
Fake news, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. The people watching there was fantastic, though. That was so entertaining. I remember we walked out of that rally. And there were a bunch of anti-Trump supporters, and someone yells at us, "Bye, racist! Satan loves you." And we're just like, "What the hell?"
Like, I voted against this guy.
We're not really like Trump fans. Like we just went for the experience, and they're calling us racist, saying Satan loves us,
which shows they're extremists on both sides.
Exactly, very true. And
they really were at that exact rally. They were extremists on both sides.
Well, at those things, that's so high energy. Where like the moderates aren't going to come out as much because it's like if only 20,000 people can get it, it's going to be like the big Trump fans.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you're going to stand outside and petition, it's going to be the people that really don't like him.
Yeah.
And then when it's about sensitive issues, there's just a lot of anger and hate going on.
There was a black guy in our group, or right next to us, one of the two, and there were some like black people on the opposing side, like you ain't a real brother, and all like the dude just smiled. He's like, what do you want me to do, man?
Yeah, no, I think grouping people is just never good.
Yeah, true.
You can't say one race should vote one way or like
that's
one.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Or like all of one person's followers, or like everyone's individual.
Isn't that like the point you made with Kanye being a Trump fan that we shouldn't a race shouldn't be constricted to?
It was like
a certain belief.
Yeah, it's like to destigmatize. Like we shouldn't just hear "Make America Great Again" and half the country just gets angry.
Yeah,
and it's weird because so many other presidents have used that phrase.
Yeah,
they're just like
and
that slogan.
So tied to Trump's
like who else besides Reagan?
Bill Clinton said it.
Really?
I've heard Bill Clinton say it in his speech. He said, "We're going to make America great again." Yeah.
Damn.
But was it like
crazy.
his main like slogan, or?
I don't think it was like, not like it was for Trump, or like "Yes We Can" was Obama's or something. I don't think it was like the main one, but the other.
I thought Obama's was like primarily about like change.
Well, it was like hope, change. He had like key words like that, but I think "Yes We Can" was the phrase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was an experience, that's for sure.
It's almost 9:30, by the way.
Damn.
So, time to take the celebration downtown?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's the move.
I think I gotta finish this drink that I just made.
On camera.
With the refreshing and satisfying Highland orange juice.
Highland or Hill. Yeah. One of the two.
Hold on.
Yeah, we went an hour and 3 minutes. We said we wanted to go about an hour, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Jordan Fischer, congrats on the 100th pod.
Yeah, it was 100. I just remember this 100. Oh my goodness. Man. Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Part of history.
Wow.
Cheers.
Wow. This is 100. Wow.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
I want to give you guys a
When to
shout out
start?
because you guys, I would say you two are probably the most supportive people of this podcast. So I would appreciate it.
Shit.
I pretty much I hate everything you're doing. So I just want to.
Honestly, I'm here for the Burnetts and the Highland.
You said you had alcohol, right?
Yeah. This is why I'm here.
But you paid me to come here?
Yeah, he picked me up. He literally drove to my apartment.
He kidnapped me.
Please come to the pub. That did happen.
Threw Joe 5 under the table. Graham was already under the table on the
No homo,
podcast.
by the way. I just wanted to clarify. That was supposed to just be a joke. Don't take it the wrong way.
Bro, I heard you had the Highland and the Burnetts and the Globe, and I was like, over.
You had all the elements, man. I was so there.
You had me at Burnett's.
I like the girls, but Burnetts,
The alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely. Pineapple, you gotta be kidding me out there.
There you go. Burnetts Pineapple and Orange Juice. O.J. Simpson.
You should tag Burnetts and just see if something.
Dude, do it. Why not?
Repost.
Yeah.
Why not? That'd be funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
I will say, my whole entire. Actually, I was reading this in this Nike book that I was reading, but you know I was reading, but it's pretty much the founder of Nike. Not to elaborate too much on that book, but pretty much my whole entire philosophy with this podcast is just don't stop. Just keep this thing going and see where the fuck it goes. 'Cause
Yeah.
1 year, I'm mind blown how far I've come. So it's how far will I go a year from now? So
And you'd think it'd be just exponential growth, because, you know what I mean?
you could argue that, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm starting to actually market it now. And even if it's only hobby that I literally never even if I don't make a
healthy
dime
hobby.
off of it,
Yeah.
I'm learning a ton and I'm really enjoying this and I get to bond with my friends more. I'm probably closer to you guys than I would have been, you know.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You could argue that. We're already tight regardless, but
Yeah.
we just enjoyed a conversation now. So
Yeah. And then your project, you want us to be part of it, so we appreciate that, and you thought of us, so it all works.
Pick me
absolutely,
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
I did that.
And then my contract's running up soon, so we're gonna have to renew to get me on more pods.
Some signing bonuses.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the message I would like to send. I don't plan on giving up with this. Regardless, I might take a break, but I don't plan on ever stopping. So I just want to say that.
There's no point in stopping. I
really don't see it.
I don't see any benefit in stopping, and I see benefit in continuing. So
Yeah.
and potential benefit, something could come out of it, something from a business standpoint. And if anything, you're getting personal benefit from it. So
Yeah.
A part of me worries with job interviews because I have this on my resume and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
They might look through and see.
seeing I'm getting drunk right now, but it's not like I'm
It's not
acting like
illegal.
an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm doing
21.
completely legal stuff. So
Just make sure you don't say, some.
don't be comparing necrophilia to petphilia.
As long as you don't condone the Nazi party, you're probably good.
You're
most
fine.
likely.
Just avoid that, and you're solid.
that's what I'm gonna tell them though. They're just hey, I probably have the most transparent resume you're gonna see. I have over 100. I probably close to 150 hours. Probably about that.
You want to get to know me, it's out there.
Yes. Sit down.
Yeah.
He said, watch me talk with my friends.
You can see what I talk about.
Dude, honestly, but I feel I don't know. Obviously, so when it comes to some interviewers and stuff, they take it very seriously. You have to be professional. You have to be real about it and everything. But I feel there's those certain specific jobs where they just want you to be real. You know what I'm saying?
I think the new age is with all Trump just came president. Transparency. You can be yourself more. People,
yeah, and it's just respected.
Yeah.
I agree.
You don't have to be completely by the book to
Yeah, for sure. Back in the day, it was just very to the T. You had to be dressed.
You had to play a role.
There, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can let I don't know, part of you come out of it. You were just another employee.
And then now I feel people appreciate individuality. At least I'd hope.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I would say we're definitely going in that route.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad because people are attention seeking. So
There's a lot of comfort in that thought, by the way. There's a lot of comfort hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
No,
all of us, honestly.
yeah. Well, I mean, like all the personal branding online. You know what I mean? Like that's just people selling themselves more or less. It's not like they have to appease to the business. They're themselves, and the business comes to them.
True. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
that's
technology,
very true.
yeah, it'll only move that idea.
I'm pretty much just doing what hot girls do.
What?
Trying to just sell myself.
Yeah.
Bro,